Hello and welcome to the Organic Healing After Trauma. This is module 4 that I'm very excited about, where we talk about the actual holistic approach to healing. Because I find that with myself that I have to balance everything. This is where this approach actually takes a very comprehensive approach, and it looks at an individual as a whole, not just one aspect, but it looks as an individual as a whole, and you go into all aspect of an individual. It takes into account a physical and emotional, mental and spiritual aspect of healing. Okay? Physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual aspect of it. We have to cover all of this. That's the healing aspect. You have to integrate all of this and maintain these. And that's why then you need daily practices, daily routines, and you need daily maintenance of this. Depends how you want to do it. But this approach is based on the belief that the healing has to take place on all levels in order to be complete and lasting, meaning you have to deal with each and every aspect of your whole being. And so by using this approach, an individual can begin to heal from their traumatic experiences and move forward in their lives. This means that all aspects of well-being, namely physical, emotional, mental, spiritual aspects, must be addressed in order to do this. And so here's what I do. Because of the nature of my work, and sometimes I don't hit this approach, but ideally what you want to do is that, especially if you are into a 9 to 5 kind of work schedule routine, you wake up in the morning. We're going to start in the morning because we could flip and start in the evening, but let's start in the morning. It works better mostly like that, but because we're going to go back to the evening. So you wake up in the morning. The alarm clock for me, I find it very, very disturbing sometimes. Sometimes it traumatizes me. It's like, these days though, you have variety of options of what kind of audio, the sound you want to play. I suggest you find a sound where people clap for you. Like, you wake up, on that. That's a very good one. Trust me, it's gonna motivate you because you wake up on this, everybody's clapping for you. It's like, yeah, you should try it. I think Alexa and Google app, may have those. Try that. Other than that, your system is probably set because of how you sleep and so on, unless you're suffering from sleep disorders and all of that stuff, which this approach, organic healing, a holistic approach, is going to take care of that. But the alarms wake you up, or maybe if your body is already set, you wake up by yourself. Don't look at your phone. Okay, you've heard this before. Don't, in fact, I always suggest that you turn your phone off. I turn my phone off lately. I just decided I'm going to turn my phone off at night because I don't need all these messages coming in, all of these. I don't need anything at night. I'm asleep. My phone should be switched off. All of this. I don't need any notifications and whatsoever at night. And sometimes they are very distractive. They'll wake you up and then you fall short. You see? So turn your phone off when you go to sleep. And when you wake up in the morning, don't turn your phone on. Don't look at your phone. Actually, it will be off. So it's going to take some time for you to turn it on, which is a good thing. So don't go there. Go to yourself. Now, develop some kind of thing. I like to sit and meditate. I simply just stay within my body. First of all, I just sit and appreciate the fact that I have a bed. My bed's very comfortable. I'm sure yours too. And I just sit and simply sit and sort of scan my whole body while I'm there. This can take up to like 5 minutes or less. Just feeling the life inside of me. You can feel, if you can develop this too. It's a very useful tool to help you stay in the body. And stay within yourself. Before you start thinking about today, what's going to be happening at work and who did what last night, please don't let yourself go there first thing in the morning. And I know, because what happens is that when you go to bed, and if you don't calm yourself down and bring yourself into a state of calm and so on, you come into bed and your body shuts down, you fall asleep, but you have all this momentum. In the morning, as soon as you wake up, your brain immediately clicks and it takes you back to what happened last night and so on. You're like, oh, today is going to be this and that. Don't go there. Okay? Now, this is going to take you a little bit of time to master your mind, but practice this. You're going to find it very useful when you do this. So stay in your body. Feel the weight of your body in the bed and appreciate that you have your bed holding you up comfortably like this. Try to feel and sense your sheets covering your body, and feel, stay there and be here now. Don't just enjoy this and be true to this and see this and feel this. It's funny because there's so much activity going on in the body, but we don't feel it, but if you really can spend time and go into this, you can close your eyes, even though you don't have to. But the thing is, with the eyes, in the first video, I talked about the 5 senses. You see, you hear, you feel, the touch, you eat, and what's the 5th one? Yeah, you see, right? You touch, you can hear, you feel, and you taste. 5 of those. Now, seeing is the most effective one, because it's right here. Everything you see, you immediately get into processing it. So it's very useful to close your eyes. That way, you don't see as much. You don't get distracted as much. It's easier to go within and scan your body internally and all of this. So as you've noticed, I have my own way of speaking. I speak like this because I find it very authentic to me. I communicate like this. So I'm glad you're here, because you're getting the very authentic version of me. And so stay there and stay there. Do it for 5 minutes. Now, some people, they get into prayer. If this works for you, you can pray and spend 5 minutes to pray and be grateful. Now, watch the prayers too, because most of the time when we pray, we're praying from the point of lack, and we want, and we are praying, we are crying, and so on, from a point of lack and from a point of not having enough. I find it useful for me to say a prayer of gratitude, because already, we are blessed. Whatever we have already, we are blessed. If you take a look at your life, no matter where you live and what you do, you are blessed. There are people who have nothing at all, and we are blessed to be able to access each other like this. We are blessed by the fact that here we're still here, alive, and so there are many aspects of what a person can do. You just do what works for you, but give that time. So what I do, that's what I do. I sit and just scan myself, my body, and listen at least for 3 to 5 minutes. And then I have meditation. I turn on a meditation. I simply sit. Or you could do breathing exercises, which are amazing. I'm going to teach you some of those breathing exercises, and then you can download them actually on the website. I have them up. And these are really useful to generate energy in the morning, because energy is something that you generate. You have it, you don't get it from coffee or from, I mean, you do get caffeine from coffee, and it can, last you longer, but you a certain amount of time, and then you crash. The same thing with energy, but it's all within you. You don't need an external thing. You just have to ignite it from within you. And I use breathing exercises for this, and actually just simply sitting with my meditation. It could be for 15 to 20 minutes. I do this, and so on. I'm still in bed, and then I get up in bed. On my way, when I do some stretching. If I need that, I stretch a little bit, go to the bathroom, I brush my teeth, and then get ready for whatever I need to do. For me, it's usually just taking a walk outside with my dog and just admiring nature, taking a walk of nature. Usually I will walk barefoot, depending on the environment you live in. I don't recommend this for everybody. For me, I have very grassy area that I walk for 15, 20 minutes. I do that. I'm a musician, so I'm usually working at night. So I usually have mornings and so on. But for you, if you don't, you take 10 minutes to do that, whatever works for you. If you go to the gym, most people go to the gym in the morning. They go to the gym and they already, up, you ready, you do what you do for a gym, 15, 20 minutes. That's totally fine. You go to work when you're done, and that's your day, Now, something happens on your way to work. Once you've done this energy igniting routine in the morning, depending on your time, the distance, a lot of things can trigger you and so on, maybe traffic and blah, blah, blah. Some people are just so easily triggered by that. Traffic doesn't bother me. I'll see it for what it is. I just don't get triggered by that stuff because I've been working on myself for a long time, and there are many, many other things that don't trigger me and so on. But you could find a challenge like that. So, but your routine has not stopped. That was just a morning routine, meaning that you have to be very, very intentional. This is pretty common knowledge. I tell people this, that people already know this. This is one of the most important things. You must be very, very intentional with your routine. That was just a morning routine. It continues. When you now getting into your car, you're leaving your house, you're getting into your car. That's a whole segment now, right? That's a segment. You've just finished a segment of self-care. When you wake up, you meditated, and you get up and you take your dog out for a walk, or you take your own walk up. If you want to be sipping on your coffee, that's fine. And so on. You want to get on the treadmill, or that's fine. You go to the gym, that's fine. That's one segment. And when you get in your car, you start your car, you get ready for work, that's a segment. When you get in the car now, take a little moment of pause there and kind of see your routine, your route to work. See it. It's very quickly. That's what I do. You imagine. You just see it first. You drive, before you drive with your eyes, the routine you're going to take. You go up, there's a light, you make a left. I go all the way down. There's the first light. I imagine it green because I just want to be able to see it through. You'll find that the more you do it, you can actually complete the whole route, drive to home, and you can make it whatever you want to make it most of the time. Sometimes there are elements that and factors that contribute to it, but mostly if you imagine it for whatever you want, it becomes that. That's the magic. Just part of the magic, not all of it, but this can be thrilling in the morning when it happens or whenever it happens. So I do imagine it, imagine myself going to work, pulling up and parking, and then you do that, right? You can talk to your car too in such a way that you at least release energy, in your car, because this is your horse, so to speak. It's your car. You spend a lot of time here. It reads your energy too. It's important to understand this. Everything is energy. It's facilitated by energetic particles that we broadcast and so on. So you become what you think about, and you attract what you are, and so on. Fantastic thing. So be deliberate and intentional. When you start your car, you get on the road, you get to work. When you get to work, okay, again, even with that, you do that. You imagine a beautiful day, turn your car off, and you simply be. And, this can take you 30 seconds up to a minute if you want for you to see a successful day like that. Be intentional, and then you go into work and you work, even with this, sometimes it's easy to get, of course, you're going to forget. You know how you just lose yourself and you don't know, you're like, wow, it's already this time. It's like you've been gone for a little bit. And then when you come back, you're like, wow, okay. So you realize, wow, I was gone. This happens, and this is okay to happen because we get involved in the things we do and so on. But the more you do this, you'll start to notice that your day just flows, It doesn't mean you're not going to have hard days and not so good kind of days. No. But this is just the one aspect of one part of your routine. Now, you're still on the routine. Now you're at work, you're working, and you realize, wow, you're actually moving, and then you'll start noticing that even hard and tough issues and decisions that needs to be made, they start feeling like not so hard anymore because they flow. And this is what happens. The more you get into the routine, the more things unfold, the more you see better, the more you become better at what you're doing. And so, and then you keep going, and then it comes time for lunch. Usually people have, I don't know how much you have for your lunch, how much time, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, or an hour, is even better, because you can take another 15 minutes after you eat. Once you eat and you go back to find a place or go back into your car, I always suggest you simply sit in the car and meditate. If it's the prayer, you can say a prayer of gratitude. But the idea is to bring yourself back into this after all this time you've been absent and working for 4, 5, 6 hours from in the morning till your lunchtime. And then now you're eating, you've just replenished yourself, and you get good healthy foods and so on. And now you're replenishing yourself again, powering yourself up for the next segment in the afternoon toward the evening. So you've just powered yourself up again for the rest of the afternoon, and you're getting ready to finish the end of your day at work. So you get out of your car, you go back to work, and you work, you do what you do. And you'll notice that if you've developed this technique, as you work, you are still there. I usually say that when you are working or doing something, be there, and then for me, I usually notice that when I'm doing something, very early days, I would notice, wow, there's just this, something's pulling me. It's like I'm working from trying to get to the end, I'm not fully in the body, comfortably in the body. If anything, I'm working to reach the outcome based, and then all of it is rush. Now, based on your work, of course, there has to be an outcome. But there is a way you can be with your body. If you're working with computers, to settle in your body and be comfortable when you work. Don't enjoy the process of work, and you'll feel your body tensing up when you're losing it again. You feel yourself tensing up because you're trying to, it's pressure, and so on. But can't be there, because the tendency is that we're so used to just being not there, which is totally normal. It's so funny when I catch myself. I'm like, wow, I was gone for a little bit. The idea is to enjoy every minute of your time, every minute of your segment, and be there without being intruding, but to observe yourself and watch yourself, how you behave. This will have tremendous results for you if you do this. So you work, finish, say bye to everybody, you go back into your car, you get in, you be grateful for a wonderful time at work. You do the same thing if you're going straight home, wherever you're going. You imagine your route back to home and all of that. See it as successful, all the green lights, whatever you want to do, and imagine, get excited to seeing your family and everybody's happy. Do all of that mental work to see it for whatever you want it to be, because that's what's going to be, and clear that. You can take some breathing exercises for 5 minutes and so on. Breathe and relax. Take a little, 5 minutes of that, and that's it. And sometimes the truth is you don't have the time. You gotta rush somewhere, but you could do this mentally without having to practically stopping, or you could do it while you are at work finishing up, or you can conclude the segment. That's what I mean about being intentional. Conclude the segment, and then this video is going to be very long, as you can tell, because it's very important information that people don't pay attention to. Now, depending on what, some people are suffering from addiction of any kind. It doesn't mean it's one kind of addiction. It could be anything, but all of that can put you in a rush, where you just rush, you think it's all important. The most important thing is your well-being, you yourself. And the important thing is for you to understand how this, your body, operates. Because that's what it is. It's just the body. It's a means for you to function on earth. It's not you, The you is in there. There's the body, and there is the awareness that knows who is hungry, who wants to go to the bathroom, who is this. Your body is simply just a housing. It houses the you in there, but you're not your mind. You're not your body. You're not even the awareness, but you are that is aware of the awareness itself. That's what you are, and you connect with this part of yourself, the true self, who you are. And so you need to have control of what you choose to be aware of. You have to have control of your awareness. You have to have control of your mind and your thoughts. You have to have control of your body. You have to get to a point where you can separate all these aspects of you and know exactly who you are. That's usually what I mean, and most people mean when they say know who you are. So then you finish, you drive, you go back home. And then when you get home as well, beautiful, you pull up outside. Most people just close the door, get their purse, they're tired. They go to tell everybody, I'm tired, which is totally fine. Everybody's tired at work, but take the time, be intentional again. I'm at home now, I've just pulled up, send gratitude, and simply be there and breathe in. If you have kids, it's even more important because you want to cleanse this energy from work, whatever it is, and so on. And from the day you've had today, you want to take time and be intentional. 5 minutes, because if you have kids, young kids, once you get in the house, it's over. You're going to lose you because you have to tend to them. And you have a big family, you share this, and you need this quality that you get by being intentional and being charged. This is another segment now. It's in the evening. You see, you're coming back home. And most mothers are gonna cook, most dads are gonna cook or do whatever. But prepare yourself for this. This is another segment. So as you can see, you have segments, and then you go in the home and you take care of that segment. You cook, you're having dinner. That's another segment. Again, most people say grace, a prayer when they eat, to be grateful, because everything is alive, everything is energy, everything is moving. It's amazing once this realization sits within you. So it's very, very important to be intentional, to be deliberate, to be aware of what you're doing and be in control. Now, this is a complete routine. After dinner, now you do what you got to do, and then you get to bed. Depending on the time, my time is very different because it depends where I am, what I'm doing. If I'm playing a show, a gig somewhere, I simply won't sleep, in the same routine. But if you have a very steady routine where, just as I've laid out to you like this, you can easily do it. You put the kids to sleep, and then you get to bed at 10, maybe would be a good time for you to go to sleep. And what you do as well, if I usually have a book, I read a chapter or two, and I feel myself slowly falling asleep. And then when I feel there's sleep coming, then I go back again. The very same thing I did when I woke up. I listen and I feel the bed, how comfortable it is. You feel your own weight. Feel the sheets touching your body. And you feel your breath as you breathe in and out. In and out. Don't force the breath. Just let it happen. It's happening anyway. Just pay attention to the fact that it's happening. In and out. Again, try to wiggle your toes a little bit and your fingers a little bit. This helps you stay in the body. This is a technique you could use even when you feel you're losing yourself in a conversation and stuff. This will ground you. You wiggle your toes, or your fingers like this. It helps you stay present. And you do this, and you can take a few breaths in and out, and simply sit. Once you finish all of this, you can again think about everything you're grateful about, the wonderful day you've just had. Be appreciative of the experiences you've had today. Be appreciative and grateful for your family, your friends, your husband, your wife. It's even better if both of you could do this together. Fantastic. And you fall asleep. and you wake up, you do it again the next morning. Thank you.